Hi, Carly. It's Professor Melanie giving you feedback on your holistic self-care implementation and reflection assignment. I apologize because I'm losing my voice, so I'm going to try to keep this brief. Your title page looked good. You had pleasant slides. The only thing I would state is not to use a font that's all capitalized. There is a way to go in and like uncapitalize the font. It's really hard to read it when it's all in capital letters. And I think you had like great, content went throughout. You didn't have, any citations for this particular slide. So I would add citations to the slide because this is the benefits and things are things that you learned from somewhere. So that's why you would want to have citations there to support who you learned it from. Same thing of history of mindful breathing. You must have citations on that slide, and then this one as well. Frontiers in Psychology is not the proper in-text citation for that, so you want to make sure that you have that, and I'll go through that at the end. I like the strategies and why they didn't work for you. I would just say maybe where you learned this about all of these different breathing techniques. If you learned them through a video, just cite the author of the video, and then the strategies that you did and why they did work for you. Again, just stating where you learned the information from, because you learned them from somewhere, and that's important to share who you learned them from. You had a great implementation plan. I didn't take off any points for that. I didn't take off any points for your reflection because I thought that you did a good job with that. I think the only thing I would state is you had great successes and challenges. Again, maybe breaking these up into a couple, like one slide each, successes, and one slide of challenges, just so it's easier to read. Again, don't use this all capitalized font. And I like your biggest takeaways and things that you talked about in there. And then your references, you don't need to use the words peer-reviewed journal articles. You just want to put references. And then this one, Consciousness and Cognition is a journal name, so that should be italicized, and the 19 would be italicized. Journal of Personality and Social Psychology and the 84 would be italicized. Again, these all would be not in capital letters, and then Mindfulness and the 4 would be italicized. And then you don't want to use additional credible sources. Just put all of these in alphabetical order, and your professor or I will be able to definitely tell what's credible and what's not. And then you want to make sure like you take the book title and you italicize the book title, etc. So just using italics in proper spaces in these. The only other thing, this JAMA Internal Medicine is actually definitely a peer-reviewed journal article. So you'd want to, that's why you don't need to put them separated. So not in alphabetical order, you didn't have italics. Your in-text citation would be like, if it was Brown, it would be Brown, comma, Brown and Ryan, 2003, Parrish et al., 2013. So you want to make sure that you're using proper in-text citations. There was not a voiceover submitted with this, which was a requirement if you did a PowerPoint. So I will allow you to submit it by Tuesday, but I have to grade and submit grades. So if you would like to submit your voiceover, I will give you back some points on your project because I think that you should, so that you can get some points back. So I'm going to email you about this, but I wanted to post it, and then I'll email you later on today or tomorrow. So if you want to submit your voiceover, I'd be happy to accept that before the end of Tuesday so that I can grade it before graduation. Okay, so overall, it's been great having you in class. I know that you've had some struggles, and I appreciate that you've kept persevering and turning in your work. Please get any other particular assignments that you're going to attempt to get done by, I need everything by Wednesday so I can grade and get them in. So keep in touch with me and let me know what you're going to correct so that way I can not post your grade because I'll be posting those on Wednesday. So I look forward to hearing from you. And again, great job on this. Just, make the changes and do the voiceover. Thanks.